Hi, this is Janie with Paper Compulsions. I'm going to show you how to make the pocket watch box. I'm going to be showing the small size. You could resize it and do it with a large size, but you would need to do 2 of these side pieces for each side. When you're doing the small box, you'll have some pieces that look like this, and if you put them up next to each other, you'll notice that one piece is just a little bit taller than the other. The taller piece, the longer piece, will be your lid, and this will be your bottom. The shorter one will be your bottom. Same thing with these cover pieces, and I'll show you those in a second. But if you hold them up next to each other, one is just a little bit longer, and the short one is your bottom, and the tall one is your top. Just because you want your lid to be a little bit bigger so that it goes on and off more easily. Then you'll have round pieces for the bottom and the cover. You'll have 3 round pieces. If you put those up next to each other, the very largest round piece will be for your lid. And then I don't have a separate cover for that one because we're going to put the pocket watch on there. And then the 2 smaller ones, one is just a tiny bit smaller than the other. The smallest one will go on the inside of the pocket, and the larger of these 2 will go as a cover for the outside of the box, but I'll show you that. First, let me show you, if we're going to do the lid, I've got the larger one piece like this and the longer cover decorative strip and the largest circle. And then you'll get your cutting board, your scoreboard, and I scored it. You can do 1/2 inch from this long straight side, which I think is easiest. If you go on that side, it's at 1 inch, but it's much easier to me to just lay it down and score at 1/2 inch on that side. And then I go ahead and fold all those tabs over so that they're ready to go. And then for the box, I do 2 things for the glue. I put 1 strip, let me get a little wider. I put 1 strip of tape so that the tape holds it for immediately, holds it quickly. But then I'm going to put glue on each little tab because the glue will hold it longer and make it a lot sturdier for me. Sometimes the tape, if I just put tape, the tape comes off later and my box falls apart. So I do both. Then you're going to start with the end that has the tab flush with it. This is going to be the part you end up with later. You're going to start with this end. Take your largest circle. Make sure I have the largest one. Yes. And then you're going to put it like at a 90-degree angle to this tab. See if you can see that. Just make sure it's going to fold over right there. And then I just curl this strip around and place the tabs on the circle part. And as I go, the tape is holding it quickly and the glue will hold it more securely longer. And if it helps, you can just roll it on the table and roll it around and put the tabs on. Whatever works for you. And then I'm going to press down on that on the inside. And then you'll have this little tab that's hanging over. And we'll just put a little bit of glue on that. And let that dry so that it holds that edge together. Now, I'm weirded about a lot of things, but I'm weird about this edge. I like to have that covered up because these little, everywhere that's a tab that bends, it leaves a little point. And it's not a big deal, and if it doesn't bother you, then just don't worry about it. But I like to have this decorative strip, and I am just going to put tape on that. And here's my trick. I put the box lid flat on the table with the cover part down, and this is the inside of the lid. And then I put my paper down on the table, and I use the table as my guide and turn the box while I'm going so that I get it on there straight. And if you get a little bit crooked, you could just lift it back up and continue going around. And then it gives you a much nicer edge, I think. And for the lid, then you can put glue on the back of your watch or put glue on the lid part. And I have put a generous amount of glue. I'm going to wipe a little bit of that off. Oops. Spread it around, share the glue. And then I'm going to put where that overlapped, I'm going to put that towards the top and then put my watch over that. And that way you'll be able to open your pocket watch lid. And for the bottom of the box, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take the bottom part and put the straight edge along the side and score at 1/2 inch. And then here's a trick for folding those over. I leave the tabs down and I fold the straight edge over. And that is easier than folding each tab individually. And again, I'm going to put adhesive on. Sometimes the tabs play nice and sometimes they don't. And I'm going to put glue on the tabs. Just a dot of glue on each tab. And if you do all this and then your tabs don't stick at the end, it's okay. You can just glue them back down then, and you'll be sandwiching a lid or the pocket watch part on top of it, so it won't really matter. And between these two, you'll decide which one is just a tad bit smaller, and that you'll use the smallest one. Again, I'm going to start on this end where the tab starts, and I'm going to make sure that that gets 90 degrees. You're basically making sure your piece will fold up. And then you're just going to wrap around and secure the tabs as you go. Again, you could roll it on the table if you wanted to. And I've come all the way around and I have my little piece hanging out. I'm going to put some glue on that and hold that for a second. And I'm just going to clamp that for a second while I put tape on this one. And this is going to be my decorative strip that just covers up all those little points. And then I don't start right where that tab stopped. I start a little off from that just to make it stronger. And I'm going to put that down on my table again. And just turn the lid, or the bottom of the box as I go. And there I have the bottom and the lid, and it fits on there very easily. And it holds if you're not holding on to it, but it comes off very easily. But I forgot one part. See, I want to cover all these little tabs up, and see, these didn't glue down. Let me show you what to do. They'll hold because of the tape, and they would hold because I'm going to glue something on top of it anyway, but I glue them down. Then I put some more glue around the top. Not very close to the edge because then it will leak out. And then I'm going to take this bottom piece that's the cover for the bottom of the box and just put that on top of it. And then you can lay it on the table and press from this side. Make sure you get all the edges. And you have a little glue on your table, but it's okay. And then you have your bottom part and your top part, and you're ready to go. And you could give a nice little gift in there. If you wanted to make the larger one, you would have the larger circles, but you would need to cut those little tab pieces that I showed you. You'd need to cut 2 of those and then join them together to make one lid, and then 2 of them and join them together to make the bottom. But there you go. Thank you for watching. You can email me at papercompulsions@gmail.com if you have any questions, or you can check out my blog at papercompulsions.blogspot.com. Thanks. Bye. Okay, I keep coming up with more ideas for this. You could take the bottom of the box piece and put the clock inside of it and put a regular cover over that where it opens up like this, or you could put the clear plastic cover over that where it opens up like this, or take, instead of having this be a guide for this, put your picture over here and fold that over and glue that down. Or either glue it on 3 sides and just slide your picture in and out.